Hey guys, I'm here again. I not say this matter when I want to talk so and when I want just run for yes so. Now this our sister now concern Jenny's Glow concerning surrogacy issue, because when I see the write up, the person title and say Jenny's Glow nemesis, my truth. So I kind of like, okay, let me see what's going on here. I kind of glance through the comments, kind of glance through also the write up, guys, and the things when there. So now I want to give una so make una just sit down. At least this video will be a little bit longer, but at least bear with me. So let me just read so that you understand more better. According to the girl, she said, "Hello, my name is Sonia Imaria Obasohan. I am 24 years old. As a young woman going through some struggles, I came across a link about someone looking for a surrogate, offering the sum of 4M. I was genuinely interested. On the day of the arrangement, October 10th, I followed a woman known as Mrs. Netete and a friend to the location they have given me. To my surprise, the place turned out to be Jenny's Glow. We extended pleasant streets and she asked if I understood what surrogacy meant, which I responded that I did. She then turned to her friend and said, this particular one is good and pretty. The next day, I went back as instructed. I was asked about my last period and my full menstrual cycle, which I explained in details. Then the doctor, Dr. Benjamin from Bini Medical Care, started asking about my ovulation. That confused me because I understand that surrogacy is usually based the intended couple teams, not mine. Still told him my ovulation and fertility window was expected to start around October 17, 2024. Acknowledged that and proceeded to take my red water from testing and did an abdomen scan. Question: why we aren't going to hospital? But she said, just come. So I went. When I arrived, I spoke to one Miss Precious Omorege. Spoke with me via video audio through Mrs. Jenny's home and her phone about a document I was to sign. She reassured me that everything was fine, that I would receive 2M after successful implantation with the banners after delivery. I was asked to return the next day for some medical questions. When I asked for the name of the hospital, she told me I won't be going to any hospital, but rather going to her house. I did not overthink, as someone of her status could afford to have a doctor come to their home. So on October 11th, I went back as agreed. That day, I was asked questions about my menstrual cycle and other related topics. She continued. Almost immediately after sharing the results, Jennifer sent me 450k. I was shocked. That wasn't what we agreed on. I told her as much, but she smiled, responded, relax, so everything is under control. Still, I was uneasy. From that moment, I expected to be registered properly in a hospital for antenatal care. But nothing was done. There was no hospital booking, no formal care. Every doctor appointment continued to take place in her home. Dr. Ben could visit frequently, examine me in a private and leave. Jennifer only showed kindness when it was time for a doctor visit. Aside of that, she barely acknowledged me. I felt isolated and abandoned. The first semester was extremely rough. Constant vomiting, weakness and emotional distress, which is normal. By the time I entered the second semester, I was diagnosed with a serious pregnancy condition that caused my feet to swollen, painful, and made movement difficult. Still, no one approved any medical assistance or care. I was left to suffer through it on my own and unsure what to do, but I eventually gave in. And so I went through with it. I benched with her husband, Esosa. It was a moment I will never forget, not because of what happened physically, but because of the emotional traumas. Because of the emotional trauma it left behind. I have never felt so disgusted, humiliated, and empty in my life. It doesn't feel like I was helping someone. It felt like I was being used. She told me to hurry, that we won't afford to miss the calculated fertility window. Jennifer, widely known as Miss Jane's Glow, fell to her knee and pleaded with me, saying this was her last opportunity to become a mother, she begged endlessly, explaining that her egg wasn't longer valuable. And she had exhausted all her medical options in the past without success. Her desperation was overwhelming. However, after I signed the document, I was completely shocked when Madam Precious told me that I would have to bench with her husband in order to get pregnant. I was confused and immediately asked question what she meant by that. She responded casually, saying that it was something called traditional surrogacy. I told her straight up that this wasn't the agreement I was given or what I signed up for. At no point during our earlier conversation was I told that I would have to engage in anything physical with anyone. I also told her that I had never even heard of surrogacy be done that way before. I made it clear to her that surrogacy is a medical process, and from my own understanding, there are only two standard methods, from the man and from the woman. 2, a fertility into surrogacy womb when the surrogate had no genuine link to the baby. Exactly. In both cases, if no benching contact is involved. I told her I was not comfortable with what she was. I felt concerned, emotionally pressured. And after the act, they told me to lie in bed for 30 minutes to increase the chances of conception. I stayed there silently, holding back tears, counting down the minutes once the time has passed. I got up, cleaned myself, and prepared to leave. That was when Mrs. Jenny gave me 30K, and she said it was for food and transport. No one asked how I feel or if it was okay. Later, Dr. Ben, the doctor they had privately involved in the process, instructed me to take a pregnancy test 12 to 14 days. After the encounter, I followed as instructed. And when finally tested, the result came back positive. I was pregnant. At one point, Dr. Ben claimed that having frequency benching could help ease my delivery and reduce complications. That statement was later used as justification to suggest me to more unaware benching out with a saucer. I was pressured again and again to bench with him, and all with Jenny's acknowledge and approval. I became nothing more than a benching object in a twisted arrangement disguised as a surrogacy. I lost my voice, my dignity, my sense, and myself. She told me to hurry that we could afford to miss the calculated fertility window. Jennifer, badly known as Miss Jane Glow, fell to her knee and pleaded with me, saying this was her last opportunity to become a mother. She begged endlessly, explaining that her egg wasn't longer valuable. And she had exhausted all her medical options in the past without success. Her desperation was overwhelming. I felt concerned, emotionally pressured, and unsure what to do, but I eventually gave in. And so I went through with it. I benched with her husband, a saucer. It was a moment I will never forget, not because of what happened physically, but because of the emotional trauma it left behind. I have never felt so disgusted, humiliated, and empty in my life. It doesn't feel like I was helping someone. It felt like I was being used. I told her I wasn't comfortable with what she was suggesting and that I completely disagree with the method which was proposing. And people, I want to see this issue so. Because Jenny's Globe, she don't come talk about the issue, say, make the girl bring their chat and everything. Or if possible, maybe to say the matter very broad and clear, that she should bring the transaction between her and the girl, because there was 2 transactions made. First, she said Jenny Glow give her 30K. The second one, she said Jenny Glow give her 400K. The third one, she said Jenny Glow give her 2M. At least there were 3 transactions in this issue. So she said, make the girl bring her come out. But before this girl come, what make me they believe what this girl they talk? She mentioned people name. First of all, she mentioned a lady that leaked out to you, which is called Mrs. Netete. Secondly, the doctor, Dr. Benjamin. Thirdly, she was a phone with one Miss Precious Obasogie. Sure you get. She mentioned 3 people name, and she put the date and time and when the thing happened. So, because according to my own tradition, they say I'm picking, they say they get man. Sure you get. And at the same place, man, you for come Jenny's Glow. And another thing when he did this issue be say now, this you know say this can't thing happen. Because before this girl come and talk about this thing, now say now money be the issue of the thing. But I look you like 4M. not be anything to you, Jenny. According to the full story now, the guess why you don't give her the rest balance, and because say your husband dey bench and which now you lead down beg her, you agree say okay, make the husband bench her so that may the pikin for enter. But normally surrogacy no need to have when nothing concern you with the person. Now between the woman, the doctor, and the thing they put on for the belly, now it concern her. And it not really concern the husband, including you, something not concern you inside. But it don't happen to be like that. After your pleading and based on who you be, according to her, she can't agree to just help you. But why all these things can they come out now? Honestly, it's allowing me